and welcome to another exciting episode of Classic Gamer 74. I'm your host, Anthony Gamer, and I am Alligator. It's great to see you back. It's been a while. Oh, yeah, it sure has. And today we're going to be discussing Atari 2600 Hacks Part 3 and focusing on the hacks of Scott Dayton. It's really hard to pinpoint who the true king of Atari 2600 homebrews is. You could say John Champeau, Thomas Jensch, or Edward Smith, exactly. However, there is no doubt at all who the true king of the Atari 2600 hacks is, and that would be Scott Dayton. Aside from winning several awards for his hacks, he has also helped many people to make their own hacks, myself included. So today we're going to honor some of his work. What I am going to showcase is some of the games that he has personally chosen as his favorites, and I'm going to mix in a couple of my personal favorites, and at the very end I'm going to give you a sneak peek of my own first serious hack and tell you how you can get your own free copy of it. So let's get started. You ready? Oh, I'm ready whenever you are. Alright then. And the first game we're going to talk about today is a Christmas theme hack, and that is Santa's Helper, which is a hack of Kaboom, a game that Anthony is not very good at. Okay, you got a point there. To be honest with you, I'm not very good at a lot of games with paddle controllers, but regardless of the fact, I love this hack. Very creative, and definitely a cool way to reinvent the Kaboom game itself, if you ask me. Really enjoyed it. Beautiful colors, a great job. Now, Fast Food has to be one of those games I think just about everybody that owned a 2600 had. And Fat Albert is one of those cartoons that just about everybody in the 80s loved. So why not combine the two? Here we have Fat Albert, which is a hack of Fast Food. It has some really cool elements of the Fat Albert cartoon, including the characters, some great sprites, and for those of you that played Fast Food, you know the deal. You try to eat as much food as you can without eating the purple pickles. You eat too many purple pickles, and the game is over. Actually, it's kind of cool to see the game over with the... Next up, we have Wolfenstein, the next mission. Now, this game is such a great hack that you wouldn't even really believe it was a hack at all. Now, this game is a hack of the game Venture. Now, many of you probably are familiar with the game Wolfenstein, which is a first-person shooter game from the 90s, in which you are a soldier escaping from a POW camp and trying to kill as many Nazis as you can on your way out. And also in the game Wolfenstein, it's not all just a bunch of shooting and killing, which is still kind of cool, but you also get to pick up other types of treasures and things that the Nazis had stolen from some of their victims. Now, the reason I'm not showing any actual game footage is because of the fact that when I tried to record the game footage, I got a lot of flicker on the screen that you don't really see when you're playing the game. However, I didn't want to take away from the beauty and the hard work that Scott did with this game, so I'm just showing these still pictures. You can actually purchase the game on AtariAge.com for $25 in cartridge format, so do yourself a favor and purchase the game. Try it out and see what a great job and probably one of the best hacks that was so good you wouldn't even believe it was a hack. And that again is Wolfenstein Next Mission. And next up we have Invasion X. This is a hack of Demon Attack, which is again one of them space shooter games that I really enjoyed. Well, me too, definitely. Yeah, ain't you the one at one time played Space Invaders for like 10 hours straight? Did Larry tell you that? Yeah, he sure did. Well, he was telling stories. It wasn't 10 hours, it was like 8 hours. Okay, whatever you say. Anyway, this is a hack of an already great game, making the game even greater, if that's possible. Is that even a word? What? Even greater? Yeah, it's a word, but yeah, you got a point there. I mean, this is, again, one of his best hacks of an already great game. Okay, next up we got Alien Menace. Now, this is a hack of River Raid. Now, this is another one of them examples of games that Scott did that was so good, it's hard to believe that the game was actually a hack, because this seems like the type of game that can stand on its own, and if you didn't know any better, you'd swear this was an original game, not a hack. Oh, I couldn't have put it better myself. I mean, just look at the graphics, look at the sprites and everything. It's like, wow, you really say this is a hack? I don't believe it. Alright, and next up we have Bazooka Bill. Now, Space Cavern, the game that this is a hack of, is one of those games that really didn't stand out much amongst a large genre of space shooter games, except for it did in a way, because not only were you shooting vertically, but you also were shooting horizontally as your enemies came from above you and to the sides of you. Now, this was also a game that just about everyone I knew that had an Atari 2600 owned. So, what could you possibly do to make this game, if not more exciting, then more interesting? Well, Scott figured it out. In this game, you are a duck that is shooting at these giant alien crabs and above you, and you have some alien crabs coming from the side. So, what could be more unique than this? Next up, we have Lily's Woods. Now, many of you know that there are probably, I would guess, just dozens and dozens of pitfall hacks, many of them done by Scott himself. Now, what you're looking at here is one that's called Lily's Woods. Now, what I like about this one here is the fact that it makes Pitfall a game that the young ladies could enjoy. Because the protagonist has been changed from Pitfall Harry to a young lady named Lily, who is going through the woods looking for her toys. Yeah, I totally agree with you on that one. As the father of a little girl, I think that she would probably get more joy out of playing a game that has a female protagonist. Definitely one of his better hacks, and I'll tell you why. Not just for that reason that we discussed, but look at how the whole game has pretty much gotten an overlay. I mean, a complete overhaul, excuse me. The trees, the background, the sprites, everything. Again, if you didn't know any better, you would swear that this was the original game. And the final hack by Scott Dayton that we have today is Christmas Kong. This is a hack of Donkey Kong. A lot of people, myself included, weren't extremely happy with the 2600 version of Donkey Kong, even though, we still played it anyway. But anyway, so what we have here is a Christmas theme hack, one of a couple that Scott has done over the years. The way I see the story is that you take on the role of an elf, and an evil snowman has stolen your wife / girlfriend, whatever, and you have to get her back. Really a pretty cool game. I mean, Donkey Kong, of course, in itself is probably one of the most legendary games of all time, but this is a cute little twist on an already established story. And here's a first glance at my very first serious hack. Now, before I show it to you, let me give you a little background information about what inspired me to create this hack in the first place. Many of you are familiar with the game Birthday Mania. It is considered one of the rarest and most valuable Atari games in existence. And I decided, well, maybe I could create my own birthday-themed Atari game. And so that's what I did. So I give you Happy Birthday. This is a hack of the classic game Air & Sea Battle, changed around to have a birthday theme. So let's check it out. Now, as many of you know, Air & Sea Battle is a 1 to 2 player game. However, I would just recommend playing the 2-player with a buddy or with, your twin if this is your birthday. Because if you play the 1-player version, the computer opponent just pretty much shoots non-discriminately. In the first few variations, it is your birthday, and you and your twin or your friend are trying to blow out the candles on the birthday cakes or catch some of the birthday treats. Earlier you saw a birthday cake floating past, and now you're blowing at party hats. I have other cool prizes that you can get to, such as a gift card, a toy car, and other cool things. And this covers variation 1 through 12. And of course, there are different variations along the way. As you know, if you played this game for any amount of time. As with each different level, you can have the ability to move your players and other things like that. So let's take a quick look at some of those variations. And here we are shooting at, or I guess you could say, for lack of a better term, trying to catch those birthday gift cards. Yeah, hopefully they're at least $50. Well, how big of gift cards do you give your kids? Are you kidding? As many kids as I got? Yeah, about 50 to 100. It just depends. My wife usually is the one that goes and gets the gift cards. So, okay, there we got the toy cars we shooting at or trying to catch. Yeah. By the way, I let my kids play this game, and Al Jr. had a quick question for you. Oh, what was that? He wanted to know if he got the high score, if he could actually get credit and have you buy him some of the things he's actually got. What do you mean? Well, you know, like the gift cards and the toy car. Well, he was good this year, so, you know, I'll hook him up, but, you know, don't tell anybody, because then, you know, other people that are probably going to download this game are probably going to think I'm going to buy them presents, so let's just keep it between us. Okay, there's one problem, though. What's that? You forgot to turn off the microphone. Alright, now here's another variation of the game. You can see that I got some small little cakes, like cupcakes. There's that gift card. And you got those balloons that are trying to kind of block you from grabbing the good prizes there. Now, of course, for any of you that have played this, you know that the higher up the prizes are, the more points you get for them. Alright, now this is variation number 2. This covers levels 13 through 15. This birthday is a disaster. All you got this year were clothes, shirt and socks, you can kind of see those, and your crazy Uncle Billy got you a rain check. So what you're doing here is shooting the bad presents. Alright, now this is the third variation. This covers levels 16 through 18. Now, it's kind of going back to what levels 1 and 12 were about. You're trying to catch the prizes, and this time it's a little more difficult because this time you are moving, and so are they. It's kind of like a shooting gallery of sorts. I guess you could say like a carnival game. You're trying to shoot the prizes and, you know, win them, but for some reason you're moving too. So I guess you could say you're like moving on a conveyor belt. One person that I showed this to said, okay, well, maybe you're rolling by in a toy car or something. So, again, this is the third variation. This covers levels 16 through 18. Alright, and in the final variation, this covers levels 19 and up. In this one, the cakes have gone crazy and have come to life and have decided to destroy everything and ruin the birthday party. So you take on the role of the mutant cakes, and you are trying to shoot all the presents and the cupcakes and everything else. So whoever gets the highest score is the winner. During production for this video, I found out that Birthday Mania has been dumped, and the ROM is readily available on the Atari Age forums and other places. So anyway, if you'd like to get a copy of the ROM for this hack, there are a couple places you can go to get it. One is in the Atari Age forums. Just join the Atari Age forums, head over to the thread of Atari 2600, then go into the thread of hacks, and you'll find the file there. You can also get it directly from me. Leave me your email address in the comments section below, and I will send you the ROM in BIN format, of course. I will send you a mock-up of the box, if it ever gets put onto a cart. You know, doesn't hurt to be prepared. Oh yeah, you said it. And I will also send you an instruction sheet. In closing, I'd like to thank Scott Dayton for creating these really cool hacks, and of course for his help that he has given me in teaching me how to make some of my own, as this hack that you've seen above wouldn't have been possible without his help. Well, that brings us to the end of another episode of Classic Gamer 74. I really hope you all enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to give us a great big thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already, and don't forget to click that little bell icon down there so that you'll be notified when I upload new videos. Also, please consider helping us out on Patreon. For as little as $1 a month, you can help this channel to grow. So please be generous and help us out on Patreon. The link is in the description below. In our next episode, we will be discussing PAL exclusive Atari 2600 games. These were games that were released only in Europe and were never released in North America. So check it out, as you may find some pretty cool games you never knew existed. Next time, this has been Anthony Gamer, and I am Alligator, and we will see each and every one of you in the next episode. Until that time, have yourselves a great day. Goodbye. Goodbye.